Do you know what the best type of freedom is? I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you a code that I live by, that has served me well, that I didn't always apply or was not always able to use in my life. But that code is being able to talk to people or not talk to people, being able to have relationships with people and not have relationships with people. And that's something that money can't buy. And if you really think about it, when you work hard to get to a certain level in life, you will find yourself in a position where you're able to not do business with somebody because you don't necessarily want to. And what tends to happen is, you get yourself in a position where you're not desperate, right? And if you look around today in the world, you'll find a lot of people that have to talk to people that they don't necessarily like. They have to work with people that they don't necessarily like, and they have to do certain things that they don't necessarily like. For me, part of being an entrepreneur and one of the reasons that I worked so hard to get myself in a position in life and where I am today is like, I don't necessarily have to be friends with somebody that I don't necessarily want to be friends with or that I don't like. And there's a lot of power in that, man. And people talk a lot about having success in terms of money. And the reality is there's no amount of money that can trade or that you can trade for that type of freedom. Having the freedom to be able to say, hey, I don't need to go meet with this person, or I don't need to be friends with this person because it's not conducive for me, and it's not somebody that I want to associate with or do business with. There's a lot of power in that, to be able to do that and be able to say that. So one of the codes that I live by is that I don't want to have to talk to somebody that I don't necessarily want to talk to, and I don't want to have to be friends with somebody that I don't necessarily want to be friends with. For me, I've gotten to a position in my life where it's like, I don't hug somebody that I don't like. For me, it's like that's just fake. And I wanted to get myself into a position in life that I didn't have to necessarily do that. So moral of the story is you want to have as much freedom to communicate or not to communicate with people. And remember, freedom it's not about money, man. Success is just not about money. You got a lot of people rolling around talking about it's all about the money. It's not all about the money. Yes, you need money, and money does provide a level of security and happiness for sure. But at what cost? Right? At what cost? So something to think about. It's a great code to live by if you can. It's a luxury for most people, but it's something that I've aspired to in my life and will continue to live by that code. And hopefully after you watch this video, you'll want to do the same.